want to call the April 20th, 2017 Daviess County Fiscal Court meeting to order. If you would, bow your heads. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for all the gifts that we receive from you. We ask that you watch over the men and women who serve in our armed forces, as well as all emergency responders. I ask for wisdom and understanding for this court, and also grant us humility in our everyday life, and give us the courage to make right decisions for all of the citizens of Daviess County. We ask all these things in your name. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Once again, I want to welcome everyone to our April 20th, 2017 Daviess County Fiscal Court meeting. As I looked at the folks when they came into the room, Commissioner Castle, I thought you were here for the Derby, but that's 2 weeks from now. Just for your information, the county treasurer set that one up. So
did he? Okay,
yes, he
well,
did.
good. Well, I wonder why you were doing the fake cameras earlier.
All right, are you ready, Jenny?
I am. Item 1, consideration for discussion at the public hearing of the Daviess County Fiscal Court, closeout documents for the 2016-17 CDBG grant funds for ORR.
And who do we have here to handle that? Well, get up there, identify yourself, and tell us why we're doing this for the umpteenth time.
Good afternoon. My name is Carl Sims with GRAD, and yes, for the umpteenth time, we'll be having a closeout hearing for our current round of funding for ORR, Owensboro Regional Recovery. Then we'll have another a hearing for the application of funds for fiscal year 18. So to start, the purpose of this public hearing is to advise citizens of the progress made during the administration of Community Development Block Grant funds and the pending closeout of the Owensboro Regional Recovery Project for fiscal year 2017. Owensboro Regional Recovery is a men's drug and alcohol rehab center located at 4301 Beach Road in Owensboro. The center averages around 100 tenants on a daily basis, and since February of 2010, ORR has served over 1,776 men through its counseling program. For the current fiscal year, $220,000 of Community Development Block Grant funds were allotted to the project for operational purposes. For staff salaries is what they use them primarily for. And funds were utilized for the initial construction of the center. Consisted of low-income tax credits, home funds, affordable housing funds, and funding through the Federal Home Loan Bank. Funds utilized to pay utilities and to house the men include Section 8 vouchers and funds from the Department of Corrections. So at this time, I'd like to turn the floor over to those in attendance if they'd like to give comment. We do have Sarah Adkins with us here from Owensboro Regional Recovery, who I think would like to make a few comments to begin things off regarding the progress that they have made.
Sarah, do you have any comments before we ask the public?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay. I just wanted to, first of all, thank the court for allowing us to be here.
Who are you?
I'm Sarah Adkins. I'm the director at Owensboro Regional Recovery. I want to thank you for your time, for seeing this project through for another year. We really appreciate your attention. Just wanted to let you know some things we've got going on or had going on in the last year. One of the things we really believe in at Owensboro Regional Recovery is giving back to our community. So over the course of the year 2016, our clients completed over 3,600 volunteer hours in the Owensboro and Daviess County community. So they volunteered for many of our other nonprofits in the area, including Puzzle Pieces, St. Vincent de Paul, the River Park Center, and they participated in the Mentor Kids Over the Edge event downtown, which I know some of you all participated in that as well.
Not me. I'm afraid of high places.
We also have started a new initiative called My Recovery is Epic. This is a partnership with an organization called Young People in Recovery, or YPR for short, but it helps build what we call recovery capital. It's a foundation where our clients, once they leave us, when they transition out of our program, they are prepared to look for work, further their education, have stable housing. We provide a finance course for them, a leadership course, a course about empowerment, and a course about recovery messaging, how to talk to people about who they are and their recovery story. We also will, again this year, have our Alumni Day. We look forward to this every year. I know several of you all have attended, and we would love to have you all back. It will be September the 9th, Saturday, September the 9th, starting at 10 o'clock. This is just a day of fun and family and learning what we do at Owensboro Regional Recovery, and also seeing our men be able to interact with their family, with their children, and it's all free. Everything is free, food, T-shirts. It's just a really good time, and we'd love to invite the community and to have as many people as we can to share in that day with us. So,
Okay.
all I got.
All right. Alumni Day really is great. That's when you get to see the real life story about the results that ORR makes in the lives of people.
Yes.
So it's pretty cool. All right. Anybody from the public have any comment or question? Next part of the.
Okay, if you don't mind, we can roll on through to the next public hearing of
Yes.
the application for fiscal year 18. There is a sign-in sheet going around, by the way, for the public hearing to show our support for this. So for the application, the purpose of this public hearing is to provide information to the public concerning the proposed application of $220,000 of CDBG funds, which is the same amount that we had last year. This application will be submitted to the Department for Local Government. We'll also use this hearing as a way to obtain views on housing and community development needs within the county. The public hearing also serves to inform low and moderate income persons that there is technical assistance through the Green River Area Development District in developing grant proposals for the CDBG program. The state of Kentucky's 2017 allocation of CDBG funds is estimated to be $23.3 million, $3.1 million of which will be going to the Recovery Kentucky program, of which ORR applies through its funding. Other program areas include public facilities, economic development, housing, community projects, and emergency relief. Funds for the project will be utilized again for operational purposes, in this case staff salaries for Owensboro Regional Recovery, and past funds have been historically used in the same manner. Since the project funds are being sought through the Housing and Urban Development Administration, we have to advise that the Uniform Displacement Act does not apply to this project, as no residents will or have been displaced due to the activities of the project, and that a copy of the Uniform Displacement Act is available through GRAD, the Fiscal Court, and the Department for Local Government. Daviess County has one current open CDBG project besides ORR. That's the Masonville Sewer Extension Project, of which $602,000 in funds were used to extend sewer service in the Masonville area. That project is set to hopefully wrap up by the summer of this year. So with that, if there are any comments or questions in regards to the application, we take those at this time.
Just to be sure, the amount of the CDBG grant, 220?
220,000, yes.
That's the same.
Same as
it
last
is-
year, yeah.
Have we ever gotten more money than that? Has it been reduced?
It was 250,000. That's historically what it has been, and then a couple years back they dropped that to the 220,000 that we see nowadays.
Somewhere I've read or heard that they're relooking, and that community development block grants may go by the side. I mean, hopefully they don't.
Right.
But does ORR have any, as some of our commissioners like to say, a plan B for if the federal funds are not forthcoming?
Yes, we do. Of course, we hope that that won't happen, but we never know. So our plan B is we would, of course, have to increase our private fundraising that we already do, but we would have to supplement that, as well as looking at other revenue streams. Right now, we don't charge the clients anything for our services, although most of our clients are eligible to receive Medicaid. But we do not charge them. So we would also have to look at whether we would need to start doing that or not.
Okay. Don't they cater some meals?
We do, yes. We also,
think I
that's
had-
part of our fundraising,
Yeah,
yes.
I think I had one Tuesday night at Audubon area. It was good.
Yeah.
Those guys do a good job.
Thank you very much.
Commissioners, Any question, any comment? Is there any question or comment by the public? Do we need to take, okay.
It's on the agenda.
It's later on the agenda, we'll take action. So this was a public hearing. We have offered a comment period to the public. We have had no official comments, so we'll close the public hearing and we'll proceed with the rest of the agenda.
Item 1, consideration for presentation, A, recognition of Emily Holloway.
You know, we do lots of proclamations here at Fiscal Court. The city does lots of proclamations, but it really warms my heart when we can do one for a citizen of Daviess County who really has served selflessly and tirelessly in a what I would call a labor of love for Ms. Holloway. Whereas the Daviess County Fiscal Court appreciates and hereby recognizes the lifelong community work of Ms. Emily Holloway, and whereas Ms. Holloway is a passionate advocate dedicated to preserving and maintaining the historical beauty, dignity, and value of Greenwood Cemetery for those who have passed and those visiting, and whereas it is with great pleasure and respect that the Daviess County Fiscal Court hereby acknowledges Ms. Holloway for her valuable community service. Now therefore, I, Daviess County Judge Executive Al Mattingly, do hereby honorably recognize Ms. Emily Holloway in Daviess County, Kentucky. And here to accept the award, Ms. Holloway was feeling ill this evening. Gary Adams is here, a member of the board. And Gary, if you would come forward, let me give you this and come on up. I'll give you this, and then if you would introduce the rest of your board.
Thank you so much, Judge and Commissioners. Ms. Holloway was not feeling up to coming, as the judge said, but she did dictate a statement for me to read to you. So I've got to read it because if I mess it up, she'll straighten me out.
She'll probably call me tomorrow and see if you did.
Exactly, she will. Here's what she would say. Judge Executive Mattingly and County Commissioners, thank you for the recognition and honor you have bestowed upon me. I accept for myself, Wesley, Acton, Jerry Long, and the hundreds of volunteers who contributed to the restoration and safekeeping of Greenwood Cemetery. Thank you also for your continual interest, support, and help to the Greenwood Cemetery Restoration Committee, Inc., and this project from day one. Your purchase of the entire cemetery and your establishment of the Greenwood Cemetery Advisory Committee are just two examples of the ways you have made our work possible. The Daviess County Fiscal Court deserves a large share of any recognition and honors bestowed on a project well done. Thank you. And I wanted to make sure to introduce a couple of other members of the committee. Wesley Acton, he's been around on it as long as Emily, and Sister Sharon Sullivan, who's a longtime person. I came to this a little late, like 10 years ago, when I got appointed to this committee. So this is a very, very nice honor. Thank you so much.
Well, again, convey our thanks to Miss Emily. Give her a hug for us, and on behalf of Daviess County Fiscal Court and the citizens of Daviess County, I want to thank the board members, because really without Miss Holloway and the board members, Greenwood Cemetery wouldn't be the place that it is today. And it's always one of those places that I enjoy going on Memorial Day. It's one of the memorial services that I really enjoy, because that's a very peaceful resting place.
And we'll be having that again this year. So.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
B, proclamation, April 30 through May 6, 2017, National Small Business Week.
Whereas the vibrant entrepreneurial spirit in Daviess County is strong, fundamental economic force driving and creating valuable jobs, and whereas small business owners should be applauded for taking risk and sacrificing to secure a better life for themselves, their families, and employees. And whereas in the U.S., 687,200 employees work for the nation's 344,108 small businesses. And whereas Kentucky's small businesses spur economic growth by generating billions in small business income that provides substantial tax revenue for local, state, and federal governments, now therefore I, Daviess County Judge Executive Al Mattingly, do hereby proclaim April 30th through May 6, 2017 as National Small Business Week, and call upon all citizens to celebrate the contributions of small businesses by joining the Kentucky Small Business Development Center and U.S. Small Business Administration in celebrating National Small Business Week. Here to accept is Lois Decker, who's the director of the Kentucky Small Business Development Center, Tricia Hudson with Murray State University. And let me just comment, when I read 687,000 employees and 344,000 small business nationwide, I took issue with that number. I think it's much larger. And we talked about it a little bit. Somewhere we got our statistics wrong, but it doesn't matter. We want to show the appreciation that we as a local government have for all small business owners who really do. They provide jobs, and they provide a life, and they provide hope for all the families that are employed by them. So, and we have several small business owners up here on this dais, so we understand small business. Come forward. I'm gonna let you first. Let's do this. Go ahead and make your comments. Identify yourself. Make your comments. Then I want you to come forward so that we can get a picture together. Okay.
I'm Lois Decker with the Small Business Development Center of Murray State, and I would like to thank you, Judge and Commissioners, in appreciation for this proclamation of National Small Business Week from April 30th to May 6th. It's an honor for Murray State Small Business Development Center to serve this region for over 35 years by offering a lot of various services to help strengthen small business. During National Small Business Week, the statistics that were quoted were for Kentucky, but in the nation there are over 28 million small businesses, and they provide jobs for 2/3 of people seeking employment. So with that, again, thank you very much. And thank you, each one of you, for what you do for small businesses throughout our community.
Okay, thank you. Yes, sir, Commissioner.
I just want to say, to mention to everybody, Lois is my first cousin.
Lois,
I looked up a while ago and I thought, well, how'd you get in here? So,
Lois,
good to see you.
I'd whoop him for telling people that publicly. You don't want to be associated with this one.
Well, I wore glasses today so he wouldn't know me.
Commissioners, let's go down front. And Gary, I also want to get after we get this picture, I'd like for you to come up so we can show Ms. Holloway you really were here and we really did do this. I was afraid if I was in between her and Charles, he was the sports guy. Congratulations. Gary, why don't you come up? I'd be delighted to mention the other important committee. Let me have this, and what we'll do is I'll present it to you again. And we'll talk to you. George. Would you get up here? Let's do this. Oh, somebody's doing that too. Okay. All right, all the niceties are out of the way. That's the fun part of the meeting. Let's see if we can get Jenny out here in 9 minutes. She's gonna get up and leave us, so let's go.
It's all on you.
All right,
See
let's go.
Treasurer's Report for March 2017.
Mr. Hendricks.
Cash balance at the end of March is $29,248,548, and the general fund is $13,499,877. At the end of the third quarter, I've projected out to the end of the year, Judge, and right now I don't see anything that's going to surprise us. Everything's coming in as we anticipated. We made the extra transfer for the road department, $1 million for the road department, and we've had some extra expenses, but we've either had increased revenue or decreased expenses to offset at this point. So I see no major impact that was not anticipated in the budget, if everything comes in as we expect, so.
Commissioners, this is a report. Any question or comment? If there are none, this report is on file in our offices here at Fiscal Court, and anyone is welcome to come in and inspect them. Next item.
Item 2, consideration for approval, A, minutes of the April 6, 2017 court meeting.
Move to approve, second.
I have a motion and second. Commissioners had a copy of the minutes in your possession for some time. Any additions, deletions, or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
B, all claims for all departments.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and second. Again, Commissioners, you've had a copy of all the bills due and payable by Daviess County Fiscal Court in your possession. Do you have any question of the treasurer? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
C, county clerk's claim for calculation of motor vehicle and boat bills 2017.
Second.
I have a motion to approve. Mr. Hendricks, explain a little bit why we do, or what this is about.
This is an annual claim that the court gets. It's one of the ways that the clerk's office is funded by charging 15 cents for tax bill for each motor vehicle and boat. I've reviewed it. It is in order. I recommend approval.
Commissioners, any question, comment? I would note that in this county, there are 102,288 motor vehicles and boats. That's what we're being billed for, right? Registered. Leave it to an attorney. Leave it to an attorney. There being no other question or comment, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
D, Resolution 10, 2017, ORR, CDBG funding application and approval to submit said application.
Motion approved.
Second.
I have a motion and second. Commissioners, this is what we just had a public hearing about. Any question or comment? Question or comment by the public? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. You don't have to stay around if you don't want to stay around. Next item.
E, hire Brad Garrison as a utility laborer in the Department of Public Works effective April 24, 2017.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and second. Commissioners, I think this is this is a replacement for someone that we lost. It's an internal hire, or is this external? So this is someone, it's not a new position, but he's a new employee. Brad, you out there? Well, anyway, welcome aboard. Any question or comment? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
3, consideration for appointment, A, Chuck Kaufman to the Daviess County Solid Waste Education Environment Panel, DC Sweep, term 5/1/17 to 5/1/2020.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion second. Commissioners, Mr. Kaufman served a partial term. I appreciate him agreeing to serve for a full term. Any question or comment? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
B, Danielle Haig to the Daviess County Assessment Appeals Board. She's filling an unexpired term of James Knott, term 4/2017 to 5/3/18.
Motion approved. Second.
I have a motion second again. Commissioners, Mr. Knott did an excellent job while he was there. I appreciate his service, and I'm sure Danielle will do just as good a job, Jim, if you're listening. Any question or comment? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
C, amend current term of John Burns on the Daviess County Assessment Appeals Board to expire 5/3/19.
Move to approve.
Second.
Commissioners, Mr. Byrne has served and is serving on the board. I think that we had a misunderstanding of how those terms were apportioned, and this just corrects the term and gives him the right length of term. Any question or comment? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed, motion carries.
D, Charlie Mackey to the Davis County Parks Board, term 4/1/17 to 4/1/2021.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and second. Commissioners, Mr. Mackey is taking the place of Carolyn Williams. I'd like to thank Ms. Williams for her service in the past. Mr. Mackey was an auxiliary board member and is moving up to a full board member. Those auxiliary board members, I really think that's a nice way to give them the experience and allow them to come on board with a little knowledge of how we work the boards. Any comment or a question or comment, and Commissioner, since you're the liaison, I'll be happy to let you comment.
I just want to add to what you said and thank Carolyn for serving. She did a real nice job.
Okay.
I served on the board a couple of years with her, and she was always there to help.
Okay. Any other question or comment? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
E, Brooks Lore to the Davis County Parks Board, filling the unexpired term of ex officio member Charlie Mackey, term 4/1/17 to 4/1/19.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and second. Again, Commissioners, this is a progression. Brooks Lower is a young member of the Chamber of Professionals. It's always good that we can make a position available for young people to come and serve and get a taste of what it's like to serve their community. And this is a perfect spot for them to start out. And of course, we know what a job Charlie did. Any question or comment, Commissioner? Okay. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
4, consideration for discussion, A, other business to be brought before the Davis County Fiscal Court.
4 months with none?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going for a record. Well, it is a record.
It is.
Every meeting that we have with no other business be brought. Next item,
Public comments.
public comment. This is a time during which we ask the public to come forward, identify themselves, and you're welcome to comment on any item other than what was on the agenda. No takers, Jenny.
C, comments by Davis Fiscal Court.
Commissioner Caslen has come out of hibernation. It's after April 15th or April 18th this year, I guess, so
Yes, they punished us
nice
with
for
3
you
more
to see the
days.
light of day.
It is nice to be out, yes.
Yes.
I have nothing.
All right, Commissioner Wathen.
I just want to let you know in plenty in advance that next meeting, I'm going to have some special business, other business brought to the court. I just want to give you warning.
We won't accept it, will we? Here's the deal. You will deal with Jenny's ire.
I wouldn't come close.
Just saying.
All right. Commissioner Coger.
I'd just like for everyone to remember the Kite and Pie auction next Friday night, April the 28th at Whitesville. It's a big fundraiser for the Lions Club, and I think the money goes to Wendell Foster Center, so it's always a good event. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of money spent there. Cakes and pies are very, very expensive. Every bite is very expensive when you buy that. So just wanted to let everybody know. Thank you.
And I dare anybody to bid on Louis Jean's pineapple upside down cake when they're bidding against me. Jenny, tell Ann Catherine we're proud of her. All right, anything else? I've got a lot of things. Also, next Friday, it will be the Workers' Memorial at 6 p.m. Out here on the courthouse lawn. It's one of those that I don't know, I may have missed one here in the last 10 years, but I always enjoy going to that. Hopefully we'll have good weather. It's kind of hit or miss. Unfortunately, it does conflict with the pie auction, but I think anyone that wants to go to the Workers' Memorial and then go to the pie auction, there'll be plenty of pies and cakes left to bid on. I might say, Commissioner, please bid more than $99 for something this year. Commissioner Caslen starts to shake kind of like a bird dog on point when you get into 3 figures for a pie or a cake. But Suzanne Miles and I are always there encouraging
You
him.
always encourage me, yes.
The Kentucky Association of Economic Developers are here in Owensboro right now. KAED it's a feather in our cap when we can get them into our community. I was over there today at lunch. Commissioner Koger was there today for some of their courses or classes. Mike, I don't know about you, but I heard nothing but kudos from people who were attending that meeting about the convention center, the riverfront, and how nice it was and how Owensboro has changed since the last time they were
Yeah, they
here.
really, you know, Judge, the very complimentary, like I say, with our city and all, and as well as the state of Kentucky. Really pushing the state of Kentucky, a lot of job opportunity, a lot of still emphasis on the skills workforce. You know, we've got to build that up, and that's what all companies are looking at right now. Do you have the people to do the work, you know, so.
I also had, and I'm sure that he's not watching, but Ankur Gopal was back in Owensboro. He's
Yes.
a young man who used to reside here in town. He's an entrepreneur. It was really nice to see him. He sat down at the table where I was sitting for lunch, and all of a sudden we jumped up and hugged each other because I don't think he recognized who I was behind my Foster Grant sunglasses. Anyway, it's a feather in our cap. On a sad note, hate to see Madison Silver leave economic development, but I'm pleased that he's not leaving Owensboro. He and Amy and their family, we get to retain them here, and he will continue to be an asset. Today in the paper was a reader's right regarding their version of what the city should do and shouldn't do, and one of the things they said is the city should build a bigger jail. Well, I would like to just let that person know that the city does not have the responsibility for the jail. The county government has responsibility for the jail. That jail is 12 years old.
It's older
Little
than that.
older.
2002, so 15 years. 15 years old, and it was built with 699 beds, and right now is subsidized by Daviess County Fiscal Court, or by that taxpayer who thinks that we should build a bigger jail. You know, and whether or not we would build a bigger jail is not dictated by us, but by the Department of Corrections. So, you know, I don't know where, there are a lot of counties right now who are getting out of the jail business. Secondly, he talked about, he thinks it's crazy that Daviess County is transporting juveniles to Bowling Green, and sir, I absolutely agree with you, and if you can convince the Department of Corrections or Department of Juvenile Justice that we shouldn't be doing that, I absolutely would love that, and I can tell you I have a deputy back here who's cheering because they are in charge of transporting, and every time we transport a juvenile to Bowling Green, that's one less deputy that we have to patrol roads or do the things that the sheriff's department does. So, you know, sometimes I would encourage the citizens to get involved. I appreciate the question. I appreciate the statement. But I would also appreciate that citizens attend our fiscal court meetings, attend city commission meetings, and really find out about your government, because I can tell you each and every elected official up here, including the county attorney, has no problem talking to a citizen about an issue. That's why we were elected. That's why we're here. Lastly, just for Commissioner Castlin's sake, I wanted him to know that the first Saturday in May is Derby Day. If there's no other business to be brought before Daviess County Fiscal Court, without exception, we're adjourned.